back to SS Vacationista. I'm Susie.
And I'm Amy, or Snow White.
And we're getting closer and closer. Finally, you know what? There's people that come up. How was your trip?
Yeah, what I'm like on that trip?
Yeah, we don't go till May. I said, I'm just talking about it a lot because we're so excited. Well, it's getting down to time. We're getting into planning now. So now we're going to start going through and planning out what we're going to do on our port days. And today we're going to talk about Key West because we've got to research more about Miami. But I already know, I haven't been to Key West, but a lot of people have been to Key West. I found a lot of information. There was some, but very little in this book. But online and the things that we've seen lots of stuff about Key West. And first things first, my shirt is I Want Adventure in the Great White Somewhere. Belle. So my shirt, where's my shirt from?
The Tilted Willow Shop. It
Yes.
is $20.
Yeah, and this is also where I got my Tinkerbell, the pixie dusted shirt from. And oh no, this is where I got. This is the same place that I got my World Traveler. So this for Belle and the World Traveler that I wore 2 times ago. Anyway,
How long will it
on another video
to tell us where she got her shirt from?
on another video. Anyway,
hours?
I'm going to put it down below, okay? And
Thank
then
you.
remember, we got our cute little.
Speed it up.
We got our cute little ears.
From Crafts Designed for You,
And they're
too.
beautiful, and they made me cry. I remember when I opened them, and they're only $20.
Yep.
And my sister got her
And
little
my
Snow White.
shirt, my Snow White shirt, I actually got in Disney World.
Oh, so fun.
Okay, so day 2.
So on this port day, it says 7:30 to 3:30.
Yep.
But we know sometimes getting off, it depends on, getting into port and all those other little things. And speaking about the port, I had heard that Disney always stopped near Mallory Square, but there was some kind of accident. You could probably Google it, that there was a ship that actually ran into something at the port and messed it up. So I think that they might be actually sailing into another section there in Key West. But it said it'd take 2 to 3 months, and I think this is in December. So hopefully they'll be back at Mallory Square when we're back. Either way, they'll either shuttle us there or we'll be right there, right at Mallory Square where everything starts. And so since we are figuring on that Mallory Square, that's right where it is, I think we're pretty much going to just walk everywhere and kind of do it on our own. Now, I will say I did look on our DisneyCruise.com, and if you did stay on the ship, or some other things on the ship were the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique Makeover, a rum tasting that's still available for $28, and there was a tequila margarita tasting, and it was $23, but it's sold out. But again, they said sometimes they hold some back for when you get on the ship. So there was a tequila, but there is the original Margaritaville.
Wasted away in Margaritaville.
So I figured we're
Jimmy
going to
Buffett. Let's go, period.
we're going to do our margarita tasting in
At
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
So we're not going to worry about that.
Yes.
So that's the onboard stuff. But then there's also some of the activities that you can actually book excursions. Again, we're deciding we're just going to do it on our own. The one thing that I might pay for to talk my sister into doing is that one of the things on Key West that everyone wants the famous picture by the southernmost point. It's that giant buoy, and everyone gets their picture, but I think it's like a mile or so walk away, and some of the trips, like the hop on, hop off, and some of the other trolleys or the free buses go there. But when someone said, let's get on the bus, by the time the bus started, they got off at 7:30, but then the bus didn't start till like 9. Mm-hmm. And so by the time they got there, there was always this already a long line. So I'm thinking my plan is to get off and maybe grab an Uber or a cab and go straight there, get our picture, and then walk back and do all those stuff. And then if we want that famous picture, which I do.
I'm sure she will, and she will plug me into
Well,
it.
we have to actually be at the southernmost point. So while we're there, we might as well get our picture. But I'm thinking if we get a cab, get off and get a cab right there, then that might be the ticket.
Might be the way to do
that.
it.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at some adventures that are on that Disney provides.
There are several restaurants that have been recommended. Deuces Off the Hook, DJ Clam Shack, Caroline Cafe on Duval Street, the Red Fish Bluefish, which is on Front Street. Sloppy Joe's is a very
we're definitely going to go to
place
Sloppy
that
Joe's
we
because
need to
everyone
go.
talks about that.
Yeah, that's like the place to be.
But if we get all that stuff done and walk back, I might want to have breakfast
At Blue Heaven, because they have key lime eggs Benedict.
Key Lime Eggs Benedict. I know it's Key West and everything is key lime, but Key Lime Eggs Benedict. And my friend Carolyn gave me this tip, and she says they're the best Eggs Benedict she's ever had before. So I don't know how many
You
times
hate to
she's
give
had
that
it.
up, but and then of course we've got to have key lime pie.
Yeah. And everyone, I've looked at it, everyone said Kermit's is the place to go for key lime pie. And the some of the stops that I've seen, they actually have key lime pie dipped in chocolate. So I imagine we'll have to get one with chocolate and one traditional.
Yes.
To try it. And then they have key lime everything. Key lime barbecue, key lime cookies, key lime hair shampoo, key lime everything there. So
Everything.
So, but I do, sister, I'm going to say this so I remember. They have these little key lime, they're green and white, and there was a Mexican restaurant that used to have those key lime hard candies. I'm getting those. Those were the best I've ever had. So
Okay.
I wonder if they got
search
in there.
for the key
I
lime
wonder if they got in there.
candies. I bet you we'll find
I
them.
don't know. So, let's see.
I guess there's a Butterfly Conservatory, Hats Everywhere place, the Hemingway House.
Yeah, everyone says go to the Hemingway house. Of course, Ernest Hemingway. I've read several of his books, and I'd love to learn more about Ernest Hemingway. Maybe you could tell me if you ever. I'm allergic to cats, so and they're famous for their cats. And someone said, "Oh well, the cat." No, the cats aren't just outside. I've seen pictures. The cats are everywhere. They're in the beds. They're on this. They're on that. And I just don't.
I don't want her in anaphylactic shock while we're on Key West. So
And they're like
I
big
don't
cats.
think I'm going to let her do any of the cat stuff.
But the cats all have extra toes. I think they're polydactyl. I think they have like 6 or 10 or they have lots of extra toes or something. So I'm sure we'll just like going by it, we'll see it. So I guess we'll see timing wise, and maybe if someone that's allergic to cats has been there, they could tell me go ahead and go. It's okay if you're allergic to cats.
No, we're not letting her go. I'm not putting my nurse hat on while we're there.
She had these cats that had those toes.
Maine Coon cats.
And I stayed at her house one time, and I was sick for 5 months.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
And I guess just the kookiness of Duval Street is just being in the town and all the shops and just being there. It sounds really, it really
and that
sounds like a lot
Mallory
of fun.
Square, it sounds like really cute. So I think that if we cab it or walk it to the southernmost point, get our little picture, say we've been there, and maybe walk back, see what else was there.
Get our Eggs Benedict.
I definitely, if you've been there and you have some favorite
let us know.
places, let us know. But right now, I want to go to the southernmost point. I want to go to Kermit's for key lime pie. And I want to see the Hemingway house and the Truman house and some of those things. And if we could go to that place and get the key lime eggs. I love Eggs Benedict, but we got to go to Sloppy Joe's and we've got to go to Margaritaville.
Yes, definitely.
Did you mention the smallest bar in the world?
Oh, and then the smallest bar in the world.
Yeah, because one of those what was the place that Carolyn said had the shots, the key lime shots that were really good?
That was Hog's Breath.
Hog's Breath has the key lime.
The good key lime shots.
So, is there anything else that, like,
I think that's everything
So-
in our little list.
and they said they do have, to get around, they have pedicabs where you get in and a little guy bicycles you, but I can't do that to that little guy. I don't know.
If we were tiny, maybe.
Can I tell you,
but
I even see the tiny people and I'm like, oh, but I guess they make money, so.
I know.
I don't know. So they have a pedicab, but there is a free bus to the southernmost point, and I imagine it goes around, and it says check out the Duval bus loop for the bus. So I guess there's a Duval bus loop with a free bus that you can get on. But sometimes those buses stop at every stop,
So it takes a
you
while.
could probably just walk.
And we're only there till 3:30, so we want to try to get
yeah.
as much as we
Yeah.
can, not just ride the bus.
I guess that there is a rum distillery too, but I doubt we'll get there. And there's lots of cute shops, and who knows? Maybe we'll see. We'll have to try key lime pie at a couple places. You know what was cute is that one time I saw someone was sitting at a table, and the people they were sitting with brought back a whole key lime pie and shared it with their table.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I thought that was fun. So if we can't actually eat all the key lime pie stuff, we could always take some back
some
for a
stuff back
midnight
with us.
snack or something. So that might be fun too. So I did want to run over a couple of the items that were on the Disney site that you could actually do some tours. I know that you don't have to book it through Disney. I know that there's the hop on hop off trolley, and I think there's a hop on hop off little train, and you can book it through Disney. I'm not sure. I think it's the same price, but so you can book it off of Disney, or you could just and then go with that guide. The one thing about those little tours that go, I did think about talking her into it, is that one good thing about those tours is, hey, now that I've looked at some of those, I see some of these faces that you do on the side while I'm talking to you. She's making faces. So, what is nice is they give you some history. And, you know, they give the little spiel. I guess if my sister doesn't want to go, I'll just have to get my own little speech and I'll have to read it as we walk around Key West. So if it's not going to be bad enough that we're going to have our little video camera, now I'm going to be, I'll be like our tour guide.
That'll be fun.
Don't say anything.
Wasted away again in Margaritaville.
Yeah, after we've had a couple margaritas, then we'll do
Searching
the tour.
for my
So-
blood sugar salt.
So after neither of us drink.
Exactly. That's the funny
So
part
if we do have a margarita,
it'll be an itsy bitsy one.
yeah, and then you'll know. Don't listen to any of the facts after that.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
None of it will make. So here's some of the things, just so you get an idea of some of the excursions you can do. So, like, I don't know how Key West isn't a real common stop, but if you've already been to Key West and you want to do something different, there's a Conch Republic tour and museum package for $67. There's a glass bottom boat tour for $45, and that's for 2.5 to 3 hours. There's a key lime bike tour, and that's 3 hours for $48. There's the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory with the aquarium. I think these are things you could do on your own, but they kind of put it together as a tour, and that's $59. Catamaran with sailing and snorkeling. Okay, and that's $52. And I'm just doing the adult. It's
Right.
less for kids.
Right.
And then there's a Key West multi-language tour. The Old Town Trolley or the Conch train is 1.5 to 2 hours, and it's $38. So that means you get on and it just go around. But I think they do have a hop. This is obviously the tour that just goes around, but they do have a hop on, hop off. It doesn't say here, but maybe you could hop on, hop off these too. They have, and this is one of those. What's nice about Disney is some of these tours are adult. They have an adult only one, and then they have anyone one. So this one, the trolley one, is one that you could do just adults.
Okay.
The President Truman's Key West for $56. President's Pirates and Pioneers for $46, and a Snooba Key West for $122. You want a Snooba?
I don't want to snooba.
So those are some of the offerings from Disney that you could book now. As soon as once you've checked in, you can go ahead and book those. And I remember looking through those the night before, and it seems like it's pretty much the same ones. There might have been one more. Oh, there is another Key West dolphin watch and snorkel for $121. So those are the same ones that were on there the night that we checked in at our 90-day point. We're not quite to the 75-day point for those people their first time, but pretty much all those excursions are still on there. So if one of those sounded good to you, that should still be on there. Plus, I know people go on different sites and different places to do their own excursions, and sometimes they say they can save some money. But it sounds like Key West sounds pretty walkable.
Yeah.
If you want some of that history, of course, there's a fee if we want to go into the Hemingway House or the Truman House, and there's a couple other things. But pretty much, like I said, southernmost point, get some key lime pie, and kind of shop around, see the sights, and I'll be happy.
And
Maybe
Margaritaville.
add in those. What?
And Margaritaville.
Oh yeah, and Margaritaville.
All
I
right.
love how she keeps saying that after she's like, "Oh, I'm not drinking anything," and then today.
I like the song and I love Jimmy Buffett.
So we have to get one just for the song.
Exactly.
We could always take our sip and pass it down the.
Exactly.
But I just haven't drank, and I'm not drinking that much now, mostly to lose weight. But if some of my friends are watching this, I have drank margaritas and I do love them. But it's just now, it's just not a good thing for me to drink since I haven't done it in a while. I just don't want to drink that much now.
So there you have it.
So
Key
that's
West.
Key West for us, and we're going to continue our planning and doing our little notes to make our adventure. And next time, maybe we'll talk about one of the other ports that we're going to. The other ports, remember, are Nassau and Castaway Cay.
Yay, we're
of
excited
course,
about
we're
that.
all excited about that.
Yes.
And a sea day and Miami when we get there.
Yes.
So we need to look up some stuff. She keeps saying shopping. Shopping! But we can't shop. You see, our luggage is going to be full of T-shirts, ears, and fish extender stuff. So I don't know how much shopping we can do. So we're excited.
Yes, we are.
and
We can't wait.
So you'll have to check back after our cruise to see how much of this stuff we actually did.
Exactly.
We're definitely getting off at this
Yes,
point.
absolutely.
Unless it's pouring down.
Yeah.
Even if it's pouring down rain, I'm getting off and getting key lime pie.
We got to get the key lime pie.
And a margarita.
Exactly.
So, until we see you next time.
Subscribe, like, and comment.
And share, because we need some more friends to come and
yes.
be part of our community. So we have a
Exactly.
community, so we could share this information, and we want your information. We've had a couple people come on, and I really appreciate that when you come on and say, especially, there's a lot of these Disney cruisers that have been on all 5, 10 cruises. Oh, I've been to Key West, so please
Share your wealth of knowledge.
yeah, we love it.
Yes.
We love it. So have a magical day.
Have a magical day. Bye.
Bye.